Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. Right off the bat, there will be things people do that there's no real explanation for it. It's like there's stuff to deal with. And I feel that we're breaking free from a sense of reluctance to join a group or to have our emotional life fulfilled. We have the Eight of Cups and Nine of Cups to start your intention. So y'all might have been separating from a situation with Uranus going into your sign, Pluto in your ninth house of beliefs, and the Libra transit, where on the 22nd of Scorpio season, October 22nd, we had that new moon in Libra to restart our partnerships, to reset how we navigate our relationships. And it feels that with this full moon happening on, I believe, the 4th of December, it's in your sign, in the sign of Gemini, and you guys are going to come to see how life hasn't met your expectations or what is really called for in order for you to get there, to have the fulfillment that you're desiring. Yeah, the 4th of December. So at the start of December, we have Mercury coming out of shadow. It'll officially be out of shadow around the 16th of December, perfect for the holidays. We have a non-delight, which is universal downloads, universal truths, and breakthrough, which came out in reverse, but I shuffle the deck upside down sometimes. So, regardless of what you have been feeling, we have Mars in your seventh house, we have Uranus in your 12th house now, back to retrograde, to make sure that your subconscious is clear. You might have had disappointments in love and romance this year. Someone might have lost their child, miscarried during this year. What we're coming to understand is what we need to do to have a life that we love, and everything in our life that we manifest is born out of this love. The things that we're keeping are born from love. The things that we're letting go of, we know that was not love there to support it. In our recent past, we have Maui, the trickster god, Jurgon Sacha transfiguration. Yeah, something really gnarly that you guys might have experienced. Whether it was like you opened up your heart again, you got disappointed, you dated a trickster, someone wasn't who you thought that they were. Mars being in Sagittarius, your seventh house, and Pluto being in your ninth house is sizing it up to say, you kind of believed that this was an energy that you needed to dwell in longer to get the last bits of information you needed to make that progress. Mercury retrograding through your sixth house of daily life into your seventh house, from 7 to 6, is saying that relationships in your daily life have to change in order for you to get a different outcome. We also have the Fool, the Son of Wands, and Azezulite. So we're making new decisions to start fresh, to take life a little bit less seriously. But it also feels like that was what led us down this maze, this rabbit hole of whoever or whatever it is that we got ourselves involved with. There's a clearing happening. Someone was not being honest, and it could have been this person, this situation. It wasn't fully honest. You didn't really feel the integrity, but you decided to invest anyways. And remember, our time is a non renewable resource. We don't get it back. We have You're a Multitude under the near future. Cordyceps revival with the eagle coming through. In my mana deck, this is representative of Eao, Amethyst, 10 of Cups, and Queen of Coins. So it feels like Gemini, you guys are going to have a major comeback. Understand that you are connected to all of life. And Jupiter, Pluto, and Mars is on the card of Cordyceps revival. And with the multitude, it feels like you guys are getting in touch with a network that is very powerful. Again, Uranus will come back into your sign. Let's see exactly when. Okay, so it's still retrograding in December. And the point of retrograde will end at, wow, it's going back there, isn't it? Looks like it'll be around 27 degrees. So, how you feel and what you gather from your subconscious beliefs. Oh, still going. We're in 2026, February. Yeah, 27 degrees in 27 minutes. That's so powerful, Gemini. It's just your feelings and your intuition that will keep you from hitting these the gutter of the bowling alley of life. You guys are learning how to strike out in a way that you want to. Again, with bowling terms, not with baseball. And it feels like you guys are gaining this courage. It's almost like the Queen of Coins is holding the Ten of Cups. So you are coming in, you're in the near future, coming out of the woodwork, entering this new place within yourself to where, yes, you do achieve that sense of fulfillment, that emotional joy that you deserve. We have Poppy Purpurite, the Fool again, and the Sun. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Love's arrival, Gemini. This is coming just like with Virgo when you needed it most. The unseen forces are you're not afraid of going into your depths, collecting yourself, clearing curses, whether that was just something subconsciously, like you're entertaining thoughts about the breakup or the past or the pain that you've endured. And you're learning how to work with reality by shifting what you say, how you say it, who you say it to reclaim your energy, to gather anything that feels like your scattered energies. You're learning to compile them and store them up so that you have those 10 cups to live with. By the way, we end your reading with the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Swords, carnelian, and harmony. So it feels like where you get pent up, you put yourself in a corner or you are put into a corner. People judge you from the offset before you've gotten a chance to really express who you are. That's ending because it feels like you're learning how to protect your cup. You're learning how to keep it close to you so that you are deciding who's worthy of your time, your emotional investments, the truth of who you are. The full moon happening in your sign on December 4th is at 13 degrees. And this 13 degrees is a Uranian energy. So it will be bringing that energy of your intuition and your feelings to the surface more because you guys are going to have to cultivate more of this feeling emotion, the emotional intelligence, which with air signs, when we have that emotional intelligence to not be disassociating from our experiences, that is when we flourish. That is when we thrive. That's when we're in the right place at the right time, meeting the people who we need to meet. And also, I love that your multitude is 52. So it's like from the two beams of Gemini on your glyph, and then the energy of Pisces, which is also mutable in nature. That represents your 10th house of career and legacy. It just feels like from the inside out, you're reworking, sorry, 12, 11, 10. Yeah. You're reworking a lot within your career. Again, your community might be growing. You might get a job somewhere that you've always wanted to work, or this job compensates you appropriately for your time and energy so that you are no longer meeting people in the world who are unfulfilled. You're no longer entertaining energies that are not taking care of themselves. And I feel that there is a finesse to it. There is a way to catch yourself, and that you will change. There will be a sense of like the cow jumps over the moon, where the impossible or what you believed was impossible is no longer out of reach. You're no longer in feuds internally that keep you locked into certain behaviors of ignoring your feelings, ignoring your intuition, and entertaining people who really are trickster clown type energy. This came up for you guys before. And part of it is that Geminis, just like the rest of us air signs, we are very open minded. We have the tendency to give people the benefit of the doubt, but like broken record style, to where we're not allowing for ourselves to see through the disguise or the game that someone else might be playing at our expense. I have to check out a non-delight because it feels that you're establishing a clear boundary, and this might be something that has taken you into your 30s, maybe your 40s to do because of your childhood, because of your upbringing. There weren't a lot of boundaries allowed for some of us Geminis. For some of us, we had too many boundaries. So we closed ourselves off completely from the help, resources, intelligence of a community that can support us and cherish us. So let's see. Cordyceps revival. That's the most powerful one. We got to check that out. We do have Jupiter in your second house of value, self-worth retrograde up through, oh gosh, I thought I was still looking into next year. It'll be going into your third house, and that's when you guys will really start to shine and your gifts will be rewarded. You've got to know when that is. We must know, Gemini. You guys deserve to know. Um, so week by week, Jupiter is retrograde all the way back in your second house. Looks around to be 21 degrees. Let's see how much further. Oh, no, it goes further back. Yeah, this is you guys committing to honoring your emotions. Yeah, we're in 2026 before it stations direct. So come to Pisces season, March 2026, we will have the sun at 23 degrees, mercurial degree. Mercury will be retrograde in Pisces, and that's your house of career and legacy. That is when Jupiter stations direct at 15 degrees Cancer. The art of receiving your emotions is what will shape you up to get this work, to have that contract, to have a salary, to be an employee that is honored, valued, and not throw like people won't want to throw you away because they know what you're worth, because you guys will start to see what you've been committing to, how you would overextend to help another person out who mirrored your own inner demons, your own inner workings, and you're going to cut those cords, do the work that we have been waiting lifetimes to do, Gemini, and liberate yourself. Cordyceps revival in the near future is energy renewal, soaring to new heights, opportunity, activation, resurrection in reverse, reconnect to spirit, resistance to ending a cycle, forgetting your power and weakness. Jupiter, Pluto, and Mars are on cordyceps. So it's time. And I would also advise with this herbal deck, I have not waited more than like a couple of days to get most of the herbs that I'm reading and pulling. So cordyceps is a great supplement to take. I'm not a medical expert, so check your own nutritional needs, but it feels like in the path of your career, that could be something that you start to implement supplement wise into your nutritional plan. All right, so it's time to soar to new heights. Energy is available to manifest your greatest dreams. Passion is in alignment with knowledge. Energy is in alignment with matter. Like the great eagle, you are blessed with the connection to the divine. You have an innate ability to live in the realm of spirit. So, yeah, you might have been entertaining people who were not God-fearing, God-loving servants of the Lord, people who saw what you were capable of and wanted to pull you down. It's that Cancer mentality, crabs. If you put them all in a bucket, they'll pull each other down, because if one's escaping, he's climbing on the backs of all these other crabs. So in a way, you guys might have been escaping the rat race, or you might have been escaping your resistance. What's it? Whenever you're in orbit to something and you escape velocity, you guys are establishing your own orbit, your own sense of self, your own place in the world, your own place within yourself, rather than taking on other people's energies, which is this energy of not only Jirgon Sacha, the tower, like people really putting some bad stuff into your life stream, whether it's like you're drinking with people who really don't have any goals, aspirations, wishes for their life, or these people are showing up in your world and you're like, where's this coming from? It's all in your beliefs. It's all in your emotional expectations, the expectations that you have for yourself to feel good and to feel better and to make something of your life. But again, this is a hidden influence, is that you're willing to try again. You're not defeated. The story ain't over. And I was looking for this. I was looking for this serpent. We have the Ouroboros on the Sun card, so it feels like you guys are developing a sense of resilience, which will welcome in this new path in your career, your trajectory, your own ability to monetize your skills and work with a network of people who will support you, a network that you might well be establishing and creating through the efforts that you make now, which will be substantially more progressive than what you've experienced, because you're letting go of these people. X-nay on the XA. Like, keep the X's out of your life, Gemini. As much as I could say it, you got to do it. It's up to you all. Okay. From the height of the clouds where the great spirit dwells, the great eagle mirrors your ability to observe with expansive awareness. So that's the tricks of the mind, Gemini. and achieve great sight beyond the mundane. Eagle and cordyceps represent the courage to channel the higher mind, ether, the realm of illumination and higher consciousness. If you have been walking in the shadows, which that is your recent past, there is no hiding from that. You're being asked to reconnect with the element of ether, the divine, in your higher mind. Heal your broken wings with love and seek higher ground to observe the greatness of what you're made of. Azezolite has some key, and we need to know what that is. It's been around your decision making. It's been around your decision making. Saturn going retrograde in Pisces, your house of career, has allowed for you to make the same slip up so that you could actually see them very clearly. So that when you were ready, which is now December, I would say December into March. So this transition of Capricorn season, the season of your um, powerlessness to feeling empowered, Pluto did a lot of damage on y'all, or it sets you up for these expectations. And now it feels as if the moon at the time that I'm looking at this, gosh, sorry, that's not reliable. I'm looking at March 2026. Basically, the energy of Pluto going through your eighth house really set you guys up for this cycle to now move in the direction of your dreams without the resistance, without those falling into the gutter and getting stuck there, not striking out and not having that perfect ability to harness your ideas and your energy into actual steps into motivated life, into changing the world as a result of you all being motivated and consistent. So, Azezolite, those were all decisions that you made, and now you're having this cosmic evolution from this place of feeling like I need something. You needed something after what you've experienced, and you knew this. So something has shifted to where you tried and you failed, but now you're like, no, I got this. I'm trying again, and this time I am curse free. I am watching my behaviors. Neptune is on this card of Poppy, and there's also Saturn. So it's definitely the energy of your career. Maybe you've built careers in the past, or you've had something stable, but it wasn't nurturing your soul. And as a result, that's what's gotten you into this place of needing to transmute bitter energy, angry, festering wounds into healing medicine for other people, not just yourself. It's not just you, Gemini. You guys are just leading the way. And I think a lot of you guys are ready to acclimate into leadership roles, which is awesome. Azezolites are imbued with immense spiritual energy and information for guidance and insight. They are here to help Earth ascend to a higher expression of consciousness. You are here to represent spiritual light on Earth, Gemini, and help it evolve. Make yourself heard. A project is successful no matter what. Avoid becoming impractical and having too high of an opinion of yourself to the detriment of others. Retain your humility and recognize every soul is precious ensures that you remain in cosmic harmony. So maybe there was some influences in your life that allowed for you to like look down upon others, which led you into these cycles of feeling really defeated, played, not satisfied, but you're moving on. You're moving on because you understand that there is something greater for you. You've had an epiphany that is leading to a breakthrough. And a lot of it might be around your perceived limitations or how you get carried away, how you go too far with certain things. And now it feels like with this connection to the divine, this connection to your community will start to flourish and you're going to make bank. It's going to change your life and it's going to set you up to feel like you're worth protecting, like you're a valuable item that must be protected. Okay, Poppy and the unseen influences with the sun god Ra. Satisfaction, accomplishment, joy, luck, vitality. In reverse, it's feeling those missed opportunities, feeling those delays, the doubt, the fear of missing out, and depression. That is going to shift because we are healing that. Purpurite is letting us know that we can claim healing. We can claim a new chapter, a new start. And it feels new, but it's something that maybe it's been on like the edge of our awareness. It's just something we never really allowed for ourselves to tap into. Poppy, the dream. Upright, mystery of dream time, the great unknown, breaking addictive habits, releasing unhealthy relationships, and aligning to new intentions. That's about right. That feels good. And I know that you guys are moving into harmony. Very likely you guys are eligible for, unless if you're in a relationship, it's like the relationships will improve significantly, drastically, or you are eligible as a bachelor, bachelorette, whatever you date, doesn't really matter. You're eligible to start to attract people who are more aligned to the dreams you have so that you can release all the rest. We have Yarrow, which is harmony. The guidance is if you're feeling emotionally drained or too sensitive for today's world, again, it's time to set those boundaries, Gemini, to regain balance. Use your empathic abilities as grounding cords to your psychic powers and divinatory skills. Allow, again, that 2-7, that feeling and that intuition, allow your sensitivity to be a filter for what is allowed within your psychic field and what isn't. I mean, this energy is like straight up giving, like, we didn't get the devil card, but it's like something that kept you from greatness up till now. You're over it. You're ready to move on. And life is going to reward you beautifully for being ready to move on, because life is like, we got things to do, Gemini. Let's get into alignment so that when March comes, when Jupiter stations direct, we know the art of our emotional field to cultivate those boundaries, to allow for certain things to stop, in the name of love before you break my heart, rather than, getting entangled with people and their expectations, and having unmanaged expectations with disaligned actions leads to that downfall. Building a tower on unstable emotional well-being is what will get you guys every time. So what the universe wants from you all is to be real with your heart, to be real with how you feel, and to cultivate relationships that don't diss you. They don't make you suffer for expressing your truth and your emotional states. Okay, White Heron, just like the magic of White Heron, moves slowly with precision as you navigate emotional waters. Heron teaches us the power of self-reflection as a way to transcend judgmental projections and low self-worth. Emotions might have been poo-pooed. You might not have been allowed to cry, or you might have been given a hard time whenever you expressed yourself as a kid, which is why you don't have those boundaries yet, Gemini. So move slowly with precision as you navigate emotional waters. Heron teaches us the power of self-reflection as a way to transcend judgmental projections and low self-worth. Draw clear boundaries and examine yourself from a detached perspective. Don't blame situations or others as a reason to remain stuck. Not anymore. Maybe that was the past, but you're over that. Yarrow's white light teaches us the power of shielding while remaining gentle in the process of self-discovery. Yeah. Yeah, Queen of Cups is giving that energy of like, I know myself and I'm not afraid to exercise this knowledge. Power is wisdom. Knowledge is wisdom. Knowledge is power. And you are wielding your power with a sense of wisdom. So we have the Queen of Cups, as well as the Queen of Coins. You have the Sun, 2 queens in your reading. And we also have the Fool. Yeah, this is big. You're leaving behind some ways of being that are so outdated and ready for you to move on, Gemini, that it's inspiring. So Queen of Coins is an eager mother ready to bring new life, whether that's a project, a relationship, or your career. Wara Murungunjudu has traveled the world, blessing her many children. She's always moving, loving, and ever practical. She teaches her children how to help themselves. A healer, luxury, being grounded, practicality, movement. And it feels like you guys are developing a sense of awareness to be protected from jealousy, possessiveness, a lack of organization, and being manipulated. Very clear in your reading. Very clear in your reading. So let's see how you guys are going to be able to protect your cup. So emotional satisfaction, Yemoja, Nigeria, Yoruba deity. Queen of Cups represents the surface of the subconscious. This is what we tell ourselves. That's why Uranus is retrograding back to 27 degrees and 27 minutes in your 12th house, Gemini. The goddess Yemoa connects those on land to the depth of the spiritual plane. She is mysterious, but also kind and caring mother, femininity, warmth, empathy, a counselor, intuition, in reverse, immaturity, selfishness, smothering, sulking, and spite. All of that's being healed. We have the South Node in your 4th house. So perhaps the relationship with your mother is one that set you up for all this stuff. Let's not blame mom, because our soul remembered it from lifetimes before, and even the times where we were the mother who was bitter and hated her creations. It's okay to accept it. Once you feel it, Gemini, you heal it. And claiming your healing is going to be the most powerful thing you do, transitioning into this energy of Jupiter moving into your third house, which will bring up the ways that we communicate, the ways we express our talents and our gifts that may not have been all there. It may not have truly honored our expression. We're coming into that and we're exiting the waiting line. Okay, last thing I promise that I will look up is you are a multitude. I just need to ask you these questions. Maybe a prompt will be given. So this is sort of like the Fool card as well. You got the Fool card 3 times in your reading, which is just giving that you have been through many cycles and now you're on the right one. You're on your path. So the question is, what if I differentiate between facts, stories, and thoughts? Never heard of a better guidance for Gemini. And what if I access a way of perceiving that is vast, open, interconnected, and generous? Ooh, love it. Okay, creative prompt. Create a work or engage in a process that expresses Wheeler's statement, space-time tells matter how to move, matter tells space-time how to curve. Again, that's that bowling analogy that kept coming through. Maybe you guys need to go to a bowling alley and just have a blast, have yourself a good time. Create a work or engage in a process that comes from the perspective of we. Let there be no me, no them, no you for the duration of this creation. Okay. Let physics inspire you to take a quantum leap in your perception of your situation and of the universe by embracing Einstein's theory of relativity. Although his theory was published in 1905, most of us in modern Western cultures still believe the world from the perspective of Newtonian physics, which separates time and space. However, the theory of relativity long ago proved that time and space are merely oversimplified concepts constructed by our minds, and perceiving time and space, Saturn in your 10th house of career and legacy, as distinct concepts is not congruent with how the universe actually works. In fact, the universe is an interwoven fabric of space-time. Consider that this more accurate way of perceiving reality is the inherent perspective of many indigenous cultures. Consider your life and circumstances from the perspective of this statement by the theoretical physicist John Archibald Wheeler. Space-time tells matter how to move, matter tells space-time how to curve. Perhaps there is a learning curve. I see that the Fool cards they all have these kind of curving energies, with you are a multitude kind of being like the full circle. So it's sort of seeing how the particles in our reality allow for us to establish from having like no backbone to having full trust in ourselves. Gemini, powerful month. I'm so happy for you guys. Thank you all for watching. Drop me a like and a comment. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and I'll see you all next time. Aloha.